Alright, so I'm Grey Hunter, and this is going to be a multiplayer game against Icky. So, we've gone for a case blue, I am the Soviets, and we'll see how this goes. Neither of us are masters at the game, so, well, apparently. But I'm still expecting to get my face handed to me, so, yay. This last few seconds of initialization is taking forever. Come on, game, you can do it. Alright, we're finally in. And, oh no, the Soviets have attacked. The Germans have attacked us. Alright, so... we're already up to 12,000 losses. We've got a bunch of encirclements. I need to turn on all my map info. Enemy hexes is on, forts on. Isolated units, alright. Victory points is useful. I quite like having logistical info on. Alright. So this is the air phase. We're just going to auto the air for now, and then just see what it can do. Hopefully, we'll get a few sorties out. A few kills. No, we're just taking losses here. Most of them operational though. Looks like we're mostly doing recon from the sound of it. Right. Did some crowd support, did some recon. Fine. Now we just have to get out of here. Which means breaking through as many of these as possible. I wonder if I can do this though and be a real pain and just slow these guys down a little bit by cutting off his lead elements. Right, we can't do anything to fight these guys. Let's be realistic here. So. I'll launch an assault up there. Actually, I could flick on the battles, couldn't I? Let's see, where did he strike? That's not showing me. Oh, he just routed some of my units. Didn't do many actual attacks, by the looks of it. Okay. Right, so we all know the basic. This is the attack on Stalingrad. No step back. Nice Caucasus. It's phase 1 where we get our faces kicked in. But also do annoying little things like surrounding your enemy and make sure they don't get any supplies for this turn. Then we do you and you. Now all these guys here are technically isolated. We can't do anything good there. But what happens if we send 2 of these guys in? No, we can't even damage the tank. Right. They've got victory points down here, so we're going to get you back here and digging in. You can move into here and start digging in. That's the losses, that's not the one I wanted. Order of battle. What's in my reserves? Yeah, alright. There's several divisions in reserve. So we'll go to theatre box, just reserves, transfer everyone to the map. Yes, I would like that 90,000 men, please. Thank you very much. I only have 5 AP, so I'm not going to be using that very well. But for a first turn, this isn't bad. These guys will basically just have to suffer with no supplies for a few turns. I'm going to move you back across the river here. This is obviously going to be an early target. So this is actually Stalingrad. Oh, I was hoping for an early, if not victory, but then at least I could kind of get some hits in. No. Alright, so this is the main push here. This is Stalingrad. Get yourself, first step, get yourself situated. Second step, start moving a few troops towards Stalingrad. You want to give these guys as much time to dig in as possible. I would like to be able to cut off this bit, yeah. What I like to do and what I can actually do. Got tank corps up here, in reserve. But I want to leave them there for now, if possible. I mean, I could do really aggressive, but I don't think it'll get me good. So, what we'll do is we'll move these guys down like this, just in case the Italians start thinking about doing something interesting. Don't need the rail repair, but these guys can stay here. 2-1 with level 1s. Now, we'll just hold along this front until things go horribly wrong. Well, we've got some breakthroughs at the bottom. Move you back to here. Refit you. Pull you back like that. You guys can spread out a bit on the other side of this river. HQ can go up to there. HQ can come down to here. Right. And then we'll start rolling the NKVD guys up here. Is that my entire rail capacity for this turn? Oh, those are locked units, that's fine. There we go, we'll start stripping this backline for troops. Let's be realistic, I need them. Okay. So my opponent's obviously going for these victory points. They're worth. Each turn I'm getting 2 for everything I hold, he's getting 2 for everything he holds. So he starts off with a lead, but I'm still holding. And then I get bonuses for the end of game. And then there's kill points as well. So try not to get too many of my guys killed. Got it. Alright, so the joys of this is you don't get to see combat. Let's pop a HQ because it's funny. Mostly though, we've got something of a line forming. Reinforce Stalingrad heavily. And I need to just not threaten the side too much until I'm ready to punch through. Alright, let's see what the next turn gives. Oh. Yeah, so again, let's get you sorting some depots out. And then end the turn. Right, so turn 2. Not as many air runs, but yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Not much movement here. So I've already run the air phase. Yeah. If you can step to there. There we go, we cut that lot off again. The cav can't find a way out this time. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oops, I'm still using the WASP key. You pop the HQ. Yeah, capture a depot. Pop that HQ, cause mayhem and destruction. Here we're going to continue to dig in around Stalingrad. You're in reserve. You need to refit. That's good. We kind of held our own here. Pop you into there. And you can fall back across the river to where I've got a fortified line. Yeah, it's good. We've got all those tanks that are waiting to come in. I wonder if I run you back to here. Curse is not quite enough. Oh, this cavalry can come in. There we go. So not only do we prevent them from being cut off, we've encircled these guys for a second turn. Of course, this comes at the expense of ground down here. Why is all my stuff turned off? Thank you very much. Here we'll start throwing troops out in the defensive line. We're not going to fight for Azov. We are going to learn that there's a tank unit there. Put some... Right, you guys both need to refit. Preferably fast. Because I'm going to need you. Right. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this actually. Obviously you need to fall back and refit. You also need to refit, we'll pull you back. My reinforcements can continue to rail into the Stalingrad region. With their HQ. You guys are going to come down here to prevent further Axis push in this direction. Fucking good. You three are still... Oh, hiccup. Locked. Locked. I can move this NKD regiment up. I feel like I've sent you in the wrong direction. Let's zoom you back around there. Right. Overall, yeah, pretty happy. Oh, look at all these reinforcements here. Guess what? I nearly forgot to roll into position. I can't obviously move them all the way up to the front just yet, because if they get smashed, that's fine, but look at that. Let's give them a commander. Come on, I want all of these guys, please. Alright, less him. Be like that. Next turn, that's good. That's a bunch more rifle divisions. Anything else in my reserves? Another 122,000 men. This is going fine. This is how this is supposed to go. Theatre box. Soviet reserves. Transfer everyone to the map. We will take everybody you can give us. So yeah, this little insert, I wish I could have got that, because then I could have encircled all these guys as well. And those guys are probably going to be dead this turn, realistically. No one's willing to sweep in and save the day there. I can't get in. So yeah, I'm going to lose ground here. But we're holding the Stalingrad defensive. They've got a cross river. Honestly, let's retreat to this side of the river here as well. Now they've just got to get across this one. When they do that, I'm already digging in here. I've got troops to start lining the other side of the Volga. I am pretty confident, actually. I mean, that's probably all going to collapse in a second. The events. Grossdeutschland revealed its... I'm in the game because I'm the Germans. Alright. 138 to 199. 1.4 to 1. That's fine. Alright. Let's send off the turn. Okay, so back in for turn 5. 3. I thought we'd done more than that. And these guys are doing their good support. Oops. We only lost 35,000 last turn. They actually lost more tanks than we did. That's a good turn. Alright, let's start throwing out some defences, eh? We can actually layer them up a little bit here, which is great. You fall back to here, in the marshlands. Okay, so we've got a nice defensive line there. Here we can continue to be annoying. Because these guys are once more not going to get surrounded. I mean, they're battered beyond belief, but they're not surrounded. Yeah, not entirely sure how some of these guys are still a functioning unit. We need to... yeah. Oh, will you? Multiplayer. It's multiplayer that always removes all your map info in between. Right. You and the other might be in some serious trouble. You might be able to rescue the cavalry unit. Yep. Where's isolated? I wouldn't guess R. Yeah, you can move that way. Let's move someone down to stop this. Got these guys here. Who aren't exactly the best army divisions, but yeah. I'm happy with that. We'll reinforce the sidelines as well. The flanks are looking nice. But this is good. We've held the line here. Let's have a quick look at the battles, eh? Yep, we held. So most of his thrust seems to be going on down here, where I continue cutting him off. How far can I get you and still get you off the boat? There we go. And then you can come up to fill that gap. Yeah, I've got control of these guys. At least one of them. Oh, for a second it looked like I had these guys. No, apparently not. Alright. Let's make their life more difficult there. You can continue to rail in. I doubt I'll be able to get you off the... Oh, I can even get you off. Excellent. And then towards the north we should have another wave of incoming troops somewhere. Because I brought another 100,000 people out of them. You just need to refit. You need to refit as well. Mostly they were digging in around the city. Yeah, I'm happy with how this is going. Okay. Now it depends on his thrust again. Has he decided to go for Stalingrad, or is this like a diversion and he's just going to go for the points down the bottom here? Because I still have all my armoured units up here, sitting at a decent TOE. I've got another 100,000 men in reserve, so we'll pull them out. Oh, you guys not ready? Oh, okay. So some of those guys are still getting themselves ready. But no, okay, going well. Resisting the urge to make any real attacks, or swing in here. Gonna hold our ground. We're going for the big encirclement. Right, let's head on to the next turn. Right, so we've got my sorties out. And it looks like the Germans have shifted their attack. They are pushing south rather than towards Stalingrad. So I'm going to have to move to counter this. You move to there. Yeah, I need to stop this push. Preferably as soon as I can. Get you across the river. Likewise. This one tank unit here is one of my major. Now, this looks interesting. Let's focus on that later though. For now, let's just stop whatever chaos is going on back here. You'll need to refit. You need to come back here and refit. Don't think I've got any cavalry I can throw into that bit there. But we need some blockers up here. These guys are not encircled now, which is a good start. But they will not be around for much longer. That is also true. Pop that HQ. Alright, so we blocked them off. And do in there refit. Alright, that's the best I'm going to do there. Move the cavalry to slow this lot down. Okay. I definitely need more troops down this way. So what we'll do is we'll continue to rail here. I think we may have to go for a spoil attack on the flank, which is a lot earlier than I would have liked. Wait. So, Goring's authority, so that's like Goring's town. If there's a space missing, Goring's own authority. Second Moscow conference is taking place. Let's shift our tanks down. That's the Fonacia front, is it? Okay. Who do I have as a spare HQ? Once we'll use there. Shift you down as well. I can shift you across. Shifting you down to here, so I can shift you across. You can also come up. Don't want to go too early though, that's the thing. My opponent is a coward, he's not fighting for Stalingrad. He's not a coward, he's just avoiding well-defended areas. Love to shift that guy if possible. No, not possible. Need to come back and go and reset. What are the battles like here? Yeah, they're just routing us. I should expect at this stage. And then this lot got routed. Yeah. And then no attacks at all up here. Alright, we'll shift those guys down like that. These guys can come in, start making an effective blocker down here. I'm loath to take any more guys out of Stalingrad. I do have these guys coming in, so hopefully next turn I can cycle a few more guys south. Should be enough to at least slow this advance. Anyone else knocking around? No, I can get my hands on. I wish I didn't have to toggle the theatre box every time. That's a good number of troops. That's what we need. This is threatening the flank. These guys are surrounded, so he's going to have to send some troops to take them back. They're not going to surrender this turn. That gives me more time to get troops in. Right. No one else knocking around with views. What's the weather going to be like? We're seeing a bit of mud in the north, but mostly clear. Victory puts me... He's getting Stalina and Rostov. He's staying ahead on kills, but objectives is keeping me in the game. And this is looking good for a push. Not this turn, but maybe a turn after. We'll have to think about it anyway. Right, back then. Okay, so we got 100 HP sorties. And once again, the main thrust is to the south. At least here I've got a few troops who can hopefully put this guy off, because otherwise that's a big old push that I am not ready to deal with. Come on, cavalry, do your job. No. This guy's pretty easy to cut off here. Just need to get this guy to cross to here. They're all cut off now. Yeah, you guys need to move down to here. Then we need to push back up here, as the thrust has definitely been to the south. Right. This is on me. Yeah, I expected more of a Stalingrad thing, but he's not listened to Hitler's orders to go for the city. Nope, he's decided to go for this himself. And me being one hack short of cutting this guy off is going to be very annoying. We're going to have to pull back, aren't we? Yeah, getting troops in between here. That's the important part. Then the interesting part is, how's his supply line going to look? Now, I can't quite get you around either. Lots of could-haves, not enough should-haves. But this is interesting. This means these guys obviously need to keep on travelling south. We got anyone at the back here who can come out? No. Oh, you're active. Awesome. Get you guys over there. Right. Do we have to hammer blow the Italians early? I feel like we have to. That's 7. If I bring a tank unit into here, we can fail, apparently. Okay, you can start your drive deep. Go for this rail line nexus here. There. There. Yep, we shifted him. Good, that means there's a shot here. Should be able to push a bit more. You should be able to shift that 1-1. No, apparently not. But I got the forces I need here to push deep in. Yeah, he's going to have a strong counterattack. That is undeniable. But this is a good number of guards coming in. Fast. Come on. Catch up with me. Giving those guys stuff. You can go to there. You can go into that army as well. Who controls the 66? You're pretty good actually. You need to come down here, support this push. Another tank unit here. Okay. Slow them down here. I think my armour to link those up. Take a depot. That cuts them off. Gone off to the offensive. That's 6 months early. So let's move forward our stronger units. Get this Italian guy. No, doesn't want to shift. Right, this is a risk. But, you know, what's the point in not taking risks? HQs. You can come to block that guy, you weren't the one I wanted to move. You should be refitting, you already are refitting. Right, okay. Rail these guys south. And we will support this push. I'm expecting these guys to get smashed because he's going to be able to pull loads of these back. But this is a threat. Crossing the Dom, terraforming Stalingrad. Still August, but now this is a big issue for them. Probably a big issue for me as well, because this is a lot of guys going south. Alright, let's see if I played that too soon. Right, so got our sorties out, and there's been something over this month, which honestly isn't that much of a problem. We're going to pull these guys back a little bit. Just don't lose my cavalry, my tank units. That said, you might be able to smash this guy up. Yeah, take that. That's a rout. Because I can then start pushing more guys into this great big hole I've made here. Here. You're just going to refuse to go into there, aren't you? But you can get that guy to retreat. He's not going to retreat twice. Move you down. Because here we got a great opportunity. Love artillery, but now we'll just go that. My forts have gone again. Oh, I got no forts. Okay, we've got a guy trying to sneak in here. Match that with these guys here. Send them into retreat. 43 tanks destroyed. Perfect. Bring another wave of troops up behind. Oh, there's a one here. No fresh wave of troops this time. Alright, down here we've got to do a little bit of rescuing. That's fine, the advance doesn't seem to have gone any further. Annoyingly, I can't quite close this guy off. Wrong side of the river. Yeah, that guy's gone. Here. A bit more worrying. But we can start getting guys out. He has taken Crash Guard down here. This is less than ideal. My battered remains of troops. It's going to take a few turns to repeat. Yeah, it's definitely solidly pushing south. Whether that's a good idea or not. Why would no one? Ah, yes, you'll move to that. Excellent. Again, it's only a turn, but yeah, better than nothing. You should be coming back to here. Refit. You're at 50%, that's good enough to send you out. So we've propped the sides of this open now. You should see how he responds. Move you down to here, just to stop any thoughts of pushing in that direction. You have to change your HQ, obviously. Make sure you guys are all under this guy here. Curses, just a little short. Cutting out of all those Italians there. That's a good push. And victory points. We're a hair's breadth from taking the lead. I'm happy about. Now it's just a matter of shipping more guys south, isn't it? And then checking my old victory locations. Yeah, it will be fitting I just dealt with you. What would have been great would have been pushed to Rostov, but there's enough ports that it's not really viable. What's Valagash get me? 200 points, 2 points a turn and 200 at the end of the day. Bad, not bad. Also, you should be pushing towards Kharkov at some point. Still early. Send 200,000 down to 33, another 200,000 men coming to the front. Yeah, it's all coming up great. Right, on to the next one. Alright, so we've got 2 sorties in, got 177, but this looks like more of a problem. Right, how am I going to fix this? That rescues that guy. No, I really need those guys to win. Alright, you're trapped, that's not a problem, we can get you out. They've got the Romanians down here, that's an interesting choice. I could push a bit further there, but I don't think that gets me anything apart from trouble. Alright, we'll retreat that guy. Clear them out. Got them surrounded. Move more guys to secure as much of this as possible. At the HQ. Right, we got those guys surrounded. That's good. This is a problem. Yeah, I think I'm going to lose a few guys here. Unless... Aha! Excellent. I found the chink in your armor. That's just what I need then. And you can probe here. You can probe here. Oh, look, I can cut another rail line. Did you just lose a HQ? Or your HQ just... Yeah, your HQ just switched. We lost a high level HQ. Which, well, not ideal, obviously. It's not also not at the end of the world. Right, you guys are needed at front. You can make it to there. You can make it there. There we go, we've got those guys cut off again. This is just long term, just going to get me into trouble though. Where's the HQ for these guys? Where's the Black Sea front? Okay, apparently the Black Sea front is just all of these guys. Throw as many guys together as I can. Refit you. I'm standing by the fact this is still messing up their their plans. Yeah, it's not great for mine, but you know, I'm hoping that those 200,000 men I just shipped in are going to be able to do something. You need to fall back and refit. Alright, so we've not lost any of these guys. They're going to get smashed up, yes, but look at this here. Force these guys back, haven't we? Excellent. Yeah, we're not going to shift the 19 guy. You don't need to shift the 19 guy. Let's just keep keeping them up. And I need to take this as well at some point. All these troops. Now I need a lot more of these guys down south, but honestly the rail system's not going to be able to do this. They're all going to spawn in north. What we're going to do? We may as well reinforce success. Keep this push here going. They should be approaching Stalingrad. They're actually getting forced back from Stalingrad. Pull the tanks back. What's that? 25 to 9. Yeah, we'll go for that. Move the tanks in. Now. Hold this open with infantry. Yeah, I've seen this as our defensive line a couple of weeks ago. Not bad at all, actually. This is a mess, but Victory says I'm only 2 points behind. He's going to be getting 4 plus whatever he kills. I'm going to be getting 5, 6, 7, 8. I might overtake this turn. And that's all. Oh, sorry. All this being threatened. More troops coming in. $58. Down 23. Another 20,000 men. I will take it. Oh, look, some more guys up here haven't moved yet. I'd love to get more guys down south, but I'm willing to give it that. If I can crush down to here, Stalina and Rostov, then it doesn't matter how far south it goes, I win overall. Make sure you guys are on reserve. Yep. 50 pounds there, 22, 69 tanks there, 46. This is all acceptable losses for the Soviet Union. Let's just keep them interested. Alright. Get some air support in. Very useful. I'm going to lose 1 unit. That's fine. Right. So, 167 sorties. And immediately see I've got some problems down here. We need to shift this guy here as an absolute priority. Who else can I sneak in? There we go. That shifts him, that means we're not losing this guy. Probably should have attacked the Alright. Down here. Right, reassign there. You need to be down here to support them. We need to shift this guy, so that means moving him up to here. And failing. Alright, you're pulling back 1. You're pulling back 1. Refit this guy. Right, down south. Here we can just cut that guy off easily. We can't quite cut the city off. Pull him back. Get someone digging into the city. Where's your command? Because we've lost another front, haven't we? Okay, the Black Sea front. It's already decided to start going, but it just doesn't have a colour. Alright. So, then we're pushing for the flanks. You're probably gone. Pull you back as well, because we don't want to risk losing any more guys. You need to be fit. So yeah, their push in the south has gone very well. Here we can continue to... Oh, they're evacuating, that's a good sign. Route them. Someone can step across there, you can come down to there. Retreat that guy. Route them. Right, they're now encircled. That's probably not a smart move, but yeah. A lot of this is now relying on these guys getting into combat. Come on, switch team. Because we're now flooding this gap with heavy infantry. Large infantry formations, if not heavy infantry. Alright, they've all been assigned. Wish the message was a bit quicker to cycle through. Got this good 10-6 guy you can get down here. 10-5 can also get down there. Alright, I was hoping for a bit more than that. Here, 45 to their 20. Worth a go. And here we're going to threaten that. I think he's weakened this flank a little bit by the looks of it. Another wave of troops can come in. Where's that rail repair guy? Why can't you repair? Does the rail just stop there? Major river. That a road? Yeah, the rail lane just stops there. That's annoying. Could have picked it back to avenue of attack, couldn't I? Alright. Let's have another go at shifting that guy. Now. They're supposed to be entering Stalingrad at this point. They are not. I need to get some more mobile units down the south. Oh, look at that. All those guys. I need more troops down south. He's obviously going to be aiming for these points as well. Yeah, he decided the south is his main axis. He's not going for Stalingrad at all. So in many ways this is just a sideshow for him. No one here is going to attack them. They're all tired out. They've got all their move, but they're depleted, so they're just going to get annihilated. Well, at least the first guard's army's in to help. We're so close to just popping into there. I mean, to push down towards Rostov, we're going to circle all these guys and do the same job. And he's going to have to pull back from here if he wants to stop this. Assuming he's got good recon going. Ooh, there's a guy on a train there. Any others? Nope. Empty out the theatre box reserves. 80,000 men. It's not that many. 56 are still there. It's fine. Good things happen, bad things happen. Alright. Let's run the air support. A little bit worried that he's going to be able to do something nasty down here. But not much we can do about that. Alright. So this is the end of this video, I think. So thanks for watching. I hope you'll join me for part 2.